giving me an opportunity to deliver talk on serving 1 and serving 2 topic. So I am thankful. So if it is okay, I think we can start. Good, ma'am, can I start my session? Ma'am, I can start my session. I think she is not there. Some connectivity issue there. Rest students, please confirm. I'm audible.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah, great. So, good morning and welcome to this class. So, today we are to discuss very interesting, very beautiful, very nice topic, and the topic which has field applicability, surveying. So, this surveying basically divided into two parts: surveying 1 and surveying 2. So, surveying 1 is basic course on survey and some advanced techniques like total station, GIS, GPS application, then photogrammetric, that part aerial survey, that part is covered in surveying 2. Curves is also covered in surveying 2. So in this course, and as you are preparing for GATE examination, so basic understanding of the various instruments that we have to handle or we have to use is a necessary principle, and the procedure you have to remember. At the same time, if some calculations are there, how those are to be done, means how the formulas are derived and how to use those formulas in computing the data or required data that you have to focus upon. Okay. So I will start with meaning of survey, then I will try to quickly cover the objectives of survey, then principle of survey, right? Then I will go through that chain survey which we were doing, right? Then what errors are there and how to rectify those, right? Then I will switch to compass. Then after compass, we can discuss leveling part. Is this okay? This flow is okay? Please confirm. And I want class to be more interactive. Since you are preparing for GATE, I am damn sure some basic understanding is with you. If it is not there, not an issue. But once we discuss those topics, I'm sure you will recollect the things that you already studied during your graduation. Right? Is this okay? Shall I start now? Please confirm. I want class to be interactive, dear. प्लीज रिस्पॉन्ड, ठीक है? मुझे आप रिस्पॉन्ड करेंगे तो ज्यादा कंफर्ट होगा, ठीक है? प्लीज रिस्पॉन्ड कीजिए. एनीवन? यस प्लीज.
यस सर, चालू कीजिए.
Shall I start? Shall I start? Oh, I think there is some connectivity issue. Okay, fine.
Yes,
not
sir.
an issue. I'm starting the update. Okay, thank you. Somebody has responded in the chat box. Thank you. So my screen is visible, right? So I will use screen. I'm not using that PPT. I'm more comfortable with Blackboard. So what is survey? Survey is basically procedure to relatively position the object on the Earth's surface, right? So consider a case. Where is my pen? I kept it. Wait a minute, huh? So how we define survey? It's the art of determining the relative position of various objects on the Earth's surface, right? By measuring their horizontal distance, horizontal angle, right? And after that, we prepare a map to the suitable scale. Say this is your reference, right? A. So reference to this A, where is B if I want, right? So there are two ways of doing this. Okay. One way is to measure the distance along x-axis and measuring the distance along y-axis and mark the position. Consider this is a ground and this is a top view. So reference to A, if I want to look at B, right? So what I can do, I can measure the horizontal distance and I can position the point B or object B. So same way I can locate C, locate D, locate E, locate F and rest points on the ground surface, right? Another way of doing this is you take one measurement either horizontal or vertical, means either along x-axis or y-axis, and find out its horizontal angle. So this horizontal angle is usually denoted by theta. So either reference to x-axis or reference to y-axis, right? You take the angle and with angle on a horizontal distance, you can fix the position of B, reference to A, right? So to the scale, then you have to plot this on a sheet, right? So the distances are in kilometers. The distance between A and B is say 1 or 1.5 or say 0.5 kilometer. Then to this scale, to the reduced scale, you have to position those on a sheet. This operation is called as surveying. Is it okay? Is it okay? If you see, your course is basically surveying and leveling. Then question comes, what is leveling? Just now we discussed about surveying, right? Meaning of surveying is understood. Now question is, what is meant by leveling? So leveling is taking the relative vertical distances between the object. Now, if you see the planes, so it is like this, right? So this is your origin. Now this is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. So when we take object, when we position the object, right, in this particular plane, means horizontal plane, the operation undertaken is called as surveying. And when we take observation in vertical plane, right, that is Z plane, okay, with the help of which you can find out the vertical distance between the object, okay. That operation is called as leveling, okay. So surveying horizontal plane में और leveling vertical plane में usually execute किया जाता है. So this Hindi mode is okay with everyone, huh? Otherwise I can speak in English, not an issue. प्लीज कन्फर्म. मॅडम चालेल ना, म्हणजे दोन्ही मोड मध्ये?
हो सर.
म्हणजे काही प्रॉब्लेम नाही ना? ठीक आहे, थँक्यू. Now this is how it is done. When you locate the position of various object, reference to say O, this operation is called surveying. And if there are some elevations, say कुछ building है यहाँ पे, and you are taking the measurements of those, ठीक है, and you are interested in knowing the elevational difference between those objects, then operation undertaken is called as leveling. So this is in brief about leveling and surveying. Now question is, what are the different objectives of surveying? Surveying क्यों करने का? So let's talk about objectives. So there are different objectives of surveying. Very first is to prepare topographical maps. Right. So if any site you want to visit or you want to do construction, what we do, we procure topographical maps. So what topographical maps gives us idea, it talks about the type of terrain available at that particular site. मतलब उस साइड पे टेरेन कैसे चेंज हो रहा है, टेरेन कंडीशंस क्या है, वेदर इट इज अ टेबल ग्राउंड, वेदर देयर इज अ स्लोपी ग्राउंड, वेदर इट्स अ हिली रीजन और इट्स अ वैली रीजन, or if slope is there, kind of slope available, whether it is a steep, moderate or flat slope, right? So that information you will get by studying the topographical map. So preparation of topographical map is the prime objective of the survey. Okay, so that this will be available for ready reference for anyone, right? So anybody wants to use this, one can use. So this is done for all all the places where you want to do the construction. This is done for villages, town, forest, right, of the country, then rivers, valley and hilly regions. Then second is to prepare cadastral maps. Right. So cadastral maps basically talks about the boundary. ठीक है, जैसे आपका खेत है तो आपके खेत की बाउंड्री क्या है. सो हम कहते हैं कि 5 एकड़, 6 एकड़, 7 एकड़, 7.5 acre is my land. Then what is the boundary of that particular, or say if you have purchased plot 2000 square feet, 2500 square feet, so demarcating the boundary, for demarcating or locating the position of that particular property on the site, the cadastral maps are prepared, and for preparing this operation, surveying is done. Then second is to prepare engineering maps. Engineering maps. So engineering maps in the sense, this is basically done for road construction, this is done for railway construction, this is done for dam construction, right? So whenever you have to execute some activity on the site, like construction of a irrigation canal, right, or reservoir, then you have to prepare big maps, right? So for preparing those engineering maps, operation undertaken is survey. Fourth is from military point of view. So for preparing military maps, operation survey is done. The next is for preparing contour maps. So contour maps talks about contour maps. So contour maps talks about the general topography. Where is the valley, where is hill, where is slope, and the magnitude of that particular slope. That information you will get once you have contour map. So what is contour map? Basically, it's a, what do you understand by means of contour map? Yes, the line passing through points of equal area forms a contour, and if such n number of contours are there, then that representation on a map is called as contour map. I hope you know this. पता है ना? Anyone? अरे please मैं फिर से repeat कर रहा हूँ. It has to be interactive, right? Then next purpose is to have a geological map. Now to get the geological information, this is required, right? Fault pictures which are there, right? And to get the information about the underground resources on the site, these maps are needed, okay, for execution, and with the help of survey it is done. Then from archaeological point of view, maps are prepared. So to prepare archaeological maps, it is done. So these are some of the major objectives of survey for which the operation is undertaken, right? Now I will cover classification part very quickly. Since I have 1 hour, so many things I have to cover, so I have moving very fast. Classification. Now, primarily our basic classification of survey is done into two. Very first is plain survey. And second is geodatic survey. Right. Now, as you are aware, our Mother Earth is spheroidal in shape. So any line actually we draw on the surface is curved, right? But if the extent of work is very small, are you getting? We call that type of surveying is called as plane surveying. Now here the curvature of Mother Earth is not taken into consideration. So any operation which is of very small size, lengthwise, dimension wise, that operation is called as plane surveying. In this, the curvature effect you are not taking into considerations. Second is geodetic surveying. Now here the extent of work is very large and this spheroidal shape you have to consider, means the curvature of Earth you are taking into account. That type of surveying is called as geodetic. So this is basic classification of plane and geodetic. Now secondary classifications are there. I did talk on primary. Then next is secondary classification. Now here it is done very first on the basis of instrument that we go for. So instrument based or instrumentation based classification. Now here it is done as a chain surveying. Then second class is compass surveying. Then next is your plane table surveying. The next class is about theodolite that we are using, theodolite surveying. Then tachyometer we are using, surveying. Then plane table, very common. Plane table I covered already. So photogrammetric you can say, or photographic surveying. Now this classification is specific to the instrument that we are handling or we are using for taking the observations. Next is on the basis of method that we adopt for taking the observations in the field. Now classification is done this way. On the basis of method adopted, it is done as triangulation survey. Now triangulation means what? I am dividing the area into triangles and then I am taking the measurements. And traverse. Let's say traverse means what? I am moving from one position to another. Say if you have to plot any block, okay, like this is a block, okay, on the side, and you want to measure the dimensions of this particular block. Okay. So after taking the observations, you have to plot those on a side, on a plain paper, graph, plain sheet, okay, drawing sheet you can say. So what we do is we mark the position of stations so that there will be intervisibility in between, and we take the observation, okay, using chain and compass, right, at different offsets, and we note down this in a field book, right? So after taking the observations from say A, B, C and D, okay, so once the operation take an activity at A is done, then you switch your instrument to B and you fix it at B and you take observation from B, then you shift to C and then you shift to D. So when you are shifting your instrument from one position to the another for taking the observations, that operation is called as traversing. Okay, traversing means moving. You are moving from one position to another station position for collecting the data, collecting the observations, so that you have sufficient data or observations to plot that particular object or objects on the sheet. That type of operation is called as traversing. So this you might have done using compass, using theodolite, using plane table, right? So all these are basically traversing jobs that you are doing. Then next is on the basis of object purpose. This is classified as geological survey, geological surveying. Then next is mine survey, archaeological survey. Then military survey. So this is specific to the purpose, specific to the operation that you have to undertake. Now next is on the basis of nature of the field, means conditions at the site, nature of field. Now how it is done? This is done as land, marine and astronomy. Land surveying, marine and astronomical survey. Survey. So this is the conditions at the site. So this is all about the different classification of survey. So with this broad classification, primary and secondary is done. Now principle, how it is done, or how to do survey. So principle of survey. Basic to work from whole to the part, Second is to locate any stationary, object, by two measurements. Now here is option with you. Okay, two measurements means either you can take both the measurements as length, or you can take both the measurements as angle, or you can take both the measurements, one measurement as angle, one measurement as length. It is just like this. Say this is your A and B, and you have to locate this C. Okay. So what one way is to note down the distances, okay, and locate it, or you can have this. Sorry, please correct me. Now another way is, we know this angle from A of C, say theta 1, and angle of C from B is known theta 2. The point of intersection between these two will give me position of C. If I know this, if I know this distance, say L1 and theta 1, I can position. If I know this distance L2 and theta 2, I can position. So minimum two measurements are needed to locate. Okay. So horizontal angle or horizontal distance. Now what is mean by whole to part? ठीक है, ये अगर मान लो एरिया है, right, to be surveyed. So what we do is we divide this whole area into triangles, preferably in those triangles are equilateral triangles, ठीक है, whose sides are same and the angle in between is fixed 60 degree. ठीक है. So we first demarcate the boundary and then we move from outside towards the center. So this is called whole to part, so that if there is any error in between, तो वो क्या हो जाएगा, compensate हो जाएगा, and that error gets eliminated automatically once we reach to the center. So precision will be there in taking the observation. So this is all about whole to part, not from part to whole. Center से बाहर नहीं, बाहर से center की तरफ. So this is about the principle of surveying. Right. Now, next topic is about chain surveying. So there are different types of chain that we are using for taking the observations. So this is a very old technique of measuring the observations or measuring the linear measurements. Right. So different types of chains that we are using or we are using are metric chain, then steel bands, then engineer's chain, Gunter chain, right? So these are the different chains which we were using. So metric chain is basically 20 meter of length or 30 meter of length. So related to this, you might have performed few practicals for taking linear measurements, right? Say this we usually do or perform activity on a table ground or flat terrain. Say this is your object A and this is your object B. So if you want to know the linear distance or horizontal distance in between, so what we do is we take out the chain, we unfold the chain, right? How the folding and unfolding of the chain is done, that procedure you know, and then we lay this chain on the ground straight, and with the help of chain you find out the distance in between A and B objects. So this operation is called as chaining. So linear distance measurement is the operation basically, and for getting this, the chain was used or chain we were using. So this is a very quick and easy method of measuring or taking the measurements on the field. So different tags or tallies we were using, okay, for noting down the distance. So you might have saw this. Hello. मैम दिस स्पीड इज ओके राइट स्लो जाना है तो वैसे बता सकते हैं मैम so these are the tallies basically we have to use while taking the observations. So teeth बोलते हैं इसको 1 teeth 2 teeth 3 teeth 4 teeth, right? So this is how these tallies will help me, right, in noting down the distances. Then the operation arranging comes, right? So establishing points in between the end station is called as operation ranging. So there are two ways of doing this. One is direct ranging and second is indirect ranging. Right. So these are the end stations. Right. And there is intervisibility in between. So what we do, you will ask the surveyor to hold the stops, what do I say, ranging rod on the end stations, and a third person will guide, right, the surveyor to move along this alignment AB and fix the ranging rods in between. So this operation of fixing the ranging rods in between 1, 2, 3 and so many along this alignment AB is called as operation direct ranging. This is possible when intervisibility is there. मतलब A से B देख सकते हैं, B से A देख सकते हैं. Then it is possible, and this is possible in case of flat terrain or say table ground. Right? There you can guide this surveyor, okay, who is moving towards B. Okay, if he is out, then you may direct him. Either he has to move left or to the right, and then at suitable distance you can fix the ranging rod. So once the fixing of ranging rod is done, then you keep the chain in between A1, 1, 2, to B to note down the distance AB. If it is very large, say 300, 400 meter, your length of chain is hardly 30 centimeter, 30 meter or 20 meter, then in getting the distance correct, you have to establish midpoints or points in between. So this operation is called as ranging. Is it okay? You are getting me? Please confirm. Remember?
Yes, sir.
Great, great, good. Then indirect. Indirect means when there is problem with the intervisibility. Okay, means there is some hill rock in between. Great, and this is your A and this is your B. Now we want to connect this because we want horizontal distance in between. But since there is no intervisibility in between, it's difficult. So what we do is we position AB here. Okay, so that this is AB, so I will call this as CD. Great. So I will ask two stockmans to hold the ranging rod. Okay, and from C both AB are visible. Same is the case with B. From D, AB is visible. Then I will ask this person, surveyor, to come in between this CB line, okay, and fix the position. Then this person will guide this person C to come in between A D1, okay, and fix the position C2. So this operation is continued, okay, till you reach to the top of the hill. Okay, once they reach, they mark the position as C dash and D dash. Then the distance between AC dash, then C dash D dash, and then D dash B is measured, and the operation is undertaken. This is called as indirect ranging operation. Okay? Because it is not done directly. That's why we refer it as indirect. Is this okay? So this is all about ranging operation. Now I will switch further. There are different instruments also that you can refer. If you have clinometer, you can use for this particular job of indirect, right? If it is available with you. Then operation chaining, everybody knows how it is done. Okay. Then shall I go to compass now directly, because corrections that are there in the chain everybody knows, like compensating error and cumulative error in the chain, then negative error, then mistakes that we do. If it is not pulled properly, then there is a pull correction you need to apply. Formula is Cp is equal to Pm minus P naught into L by A, where Cp is the pull correction in meter, Pm is the pull load applied during the measurement, and P naught is the pull at which the tape was standardized. So these corrections basically you have to go for. Then there is some slope correction. So corrections related to tape is also there, like effect of temperature is there, right? So these small corrections you need to apply so as to correct the observations in the field, because earlier days we were using the steel tape, and because it is influenced by the temperature effect, so all the time you need to take or you need to apply those corrections, right? जैसे कभी-कभी टेंशन भी ज्यादा खिंचाव जिसको बोलते हैं, वो लगने की वजह से भी कभी-कभी एरर्स आता था, तो उसको करेक्ट करने के लिए भी करेक्शंस आप अप्लाई करते हैं. Now, next part is about compass. Ma'am, compass is part of syllabus, right? Please confirm. Ma'am, ma'am, compass is part of syllabus, right?
Let me check, sir.
I have to take, right? I have to take, right? Compass?
No, sir.
No, compass I am not supposed to. Then shall I go to leveling directly then?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Thank you. So prismatic compass वगैरह part नहीं है उनका, नहीं?
हाँ, sir.
This RB Forebearing, back bearing, nothing is there, right? In the
Yes, sir.
course. Okay. ठीक है. So leveling. So now you have to when we are working in a vertical plane, that operation is called as leveling, right? So there are different terms that you have to understand in this. I'm into leveling. Right. Now, when you have to find out relative height of different objects on the Earth surface, that operation is called as leveling. So, terminologies involved are meaning of leveling first, then leveling surface, or we called it as level surface, then level a line. Next terminology is horizontal plane. Vertical line, vertical plane. Horizontal line. Then datum सरफेस. तो ये चीजें थोड़ा पता होनी चाहिए आपको, ठीक है ना. आई विल गो फॉर द ट्रेडिशनल डायग्राम बिकॉज आई रियली लाइक दिस डायग्राम. So this is a hill rock. ठीक है. Now this is your horizontal line. This is your vertical line. Then this is your level line. Okay. Now leveling, I told you this is mean sea level. MSL, mean sea level. Right. So I brief you about leveling. What it is? It is the operation undertaken to find out the relative heights of different objects on the Earth surface. Then what is level surface? So any surface which is parallel to the spheroidal Earth surface. So this is my Mother Earth surface, right? So any surface which is parallel to this is called as level surface, and any line lying in this surface is called as level line. Next is horizontal plane. So any plane which is tangential. So I will show this in different color so that you will understand. So any line which is tangential to this level surface is called as horizontal line, and this plane is called as horizontal plane. So, horizontal line जिस plane में lie करेगा, that plane is called as horizontal plane, and this plane is basically tangential to the level surface at any point on the Earth surface. Now, vertical line is what? It is the direction indicated by the plumb. So if you suspend plumb at any point, ठीक है, जो डायरेक्शन प्लम आपको दिखता है, दिखाता है, दैट डायरेक्शन इज कॉल्ड एज वर्टिकल लाइन, एंड एनी प्लेन दैट पासेस परपेंडिकुलर टू द प्लेन ऑफ दिस पेपर और प्लेन ऑफ दिस स्क्रीन, एनी प्लेन दैट पासेस थ्रू this vertical line is called as vertical plane. Now, what is datum? Datum is basically an imaginary line. It's an imaginary line or level surface from which the vertical distances of different points are measured. ठीक है? So this is a reference with the help of which you locate the heights or level of different objects on the surface. That object may be a hill, that object may be a building, that object may be any structure on the above. On the earth surface, above the earth surface. So reference to that point, you locate the level of that particular structure in the field. ठीक है. Now इंडिया के लिए ये जो datum surface है, this datum surface is decided by performing an operation called GTS. GTS stands for Great Trigonometrical Survey, and this datum surface is we called as MSL, mean sea level, which is near to Karachi. ठीक है. तो इंडिया में जितने भी स्ट्रक्चर्स के लेवल है उसके लिए MSL डिसाइड की गई, एंड दैट MSL इज नियर टू कराची. ठीक है. एंड द ऑपरेशन अंडरटेकन वाज GTS. रिमेंबर दिस. ठीक है. कभी कभी ये क्वेश्चन आ सकता है. देन RL, इंपॉर्टेंट टर्म, रिड्यूस्ड लेवल. The vertical distance of a point above or below the datum line is known as RL. So it is the vertical distance above or below the datum line is called as RL. So RL of point may be positive or it may be negative according to the point above or below the datum point. So reference point के ऊपर रहा तो positive, reference point के नीचे रहा तो negative. So depending upon that, it may be positive, it may be negative RL. The next terminology is line of collimation. Line of collimation. Now here, it's an imaginary line that passes through crosshairs of diaphragm and optical center of the object glass, and its continuation is called as line of collimation. There is different term that we use for line of collimation. We call it as line of sight also. ठीक है. मीनिंग इज सेम. ठीक है. लाइन ऑफ कॉलिमेशन या फिर लाइन ऑफ साइट. मीनिंग क्या है? इट्स इमेजिनरी लाइन दैट पासेस थ्रू क्रॉस हेयर ऑफ दिस आईपीस एंड ऑब्जेक्ट ग्लास. ठीक है. दैट इमेजिनरी लाइन इज कॉल्ड एज लाइन ऑफ साइट और लाइन ऑफ कॉलिमेशन. इसके लिए जो इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज होता है वो अगर आपको पता है, कौन सा यूज होता है वैसे लेवलिंग के लिए? हैव यू हर्ड दिस? Have you heard? डंपी लेवल, और आज के दिन में जो ज्यादा यूज होता है ऑटो लेवल. हैव यू हर्ड बेटा? प्लीज कंफर्म. ये इंस्ट्रूमेंट स्पेसिफिक डेफिनेशन है, ध्यान में रखिए. लाइन ऑफ कॉलिमेशन या लाइन ऑफ साइट. ठीक है. सो स्पेसिफिक टू द इंस्ट्रूमेंट, दिस डेफिनेशन यू हैव टू रिमेंबर. ये पता है क्या डंपी लेवल, ऑटो लेवल क्या होता है? Shall I show you? बेटा मैं स्क्रीन शेयर करके आपको डायग्राम दिखाना चाहूँगा, बिकॉज दैट इज मोर इम्पोर्टेंट. नहीं तो वो पूरा टॉपिक जो है वो आपका इंस्ट्रूमेंट के आजू बाजू में ही फिरता है, घूमता है. अगर आपको इंस्ट्रूमेंट ही नहीं पता देन इट इज डिफिकल्ट. डंपी लेवल इंस्ट्रूमेंट. यस, आई वांट दिस वन. Yes, can I see this? Is it visible, beta?
Yes,
I
sir.
shared my screen. Yeah, great. So this instrument is called as dumpy level. ठीक है. Now this is called telescope basically, right? So any imaginary line, ठीक है. If you have seen this instrument ना, you will find that there are crosshairs in the eyepiece portion. ये जो diaphragm है ना, यहाँ पे crosshair रहता है उसका. So any imaginary line that is passing through this crosshair at the center and object glass and its continuation. मतलब ये टेलीस्कोप के मिड से जो हॉरिजॉन्टल लाइन जाएगी इमेजिनरी, जो आपके आंखों पे भी जाएगी और यहाँ ऑब्जेक्ट ग्लास से बाहर निकलने के बाद कंटिन्यू करेगी, दैट लाइन इज कॉल्ड एज लाइन ऑफ साइट. साइट मतलब आप देख रहे हो उसमें से. ठीक है. और इसी को हम कहते हैं लाइन ऑफ कॉलिमेशन. ये आगे जाके कहाँ पे इंटरसेप्ट होती है? ये जाके लेवलिंग जो आपका ये रहेगा, क्या बोलते हैं इसको,
Staff.
स्टाफ 4 मीटर हाइट, उसके ऊपर आप ऑब्जर्वेशंस लेते हैं. इज इट ओके? इज इट ओके? ठीक है. नाउ रेफरेंस टू दिस ओनली ऑल द मेजरमेंट्स आर टेकन, रिमेंबर. ठीक है. आपकी स्टाफ की रीडिंग धीरे धीरे कम हो रही है, ऐसा आपको अगर ऑब्जर्व हो रहा है. जैसे जैसे स्टाफ में 0.1 से 2, 2 से 3, 3 से 4, 4 से 5 की तरफ शिफ्ट करते चलता हूँ along the alignment, and if my values are continuously reducing, what that indicates कि आपका जो ग्राउंड है, जिस पोजीशन में आपका स्टेशन है या जिस पोजीशन में आपका डंपी है, उस लेवल से ऊपर उठ रहा है ग्राउंड. ठीक है. दिस इज द रीजन व्हाई द वैल्यूज आर रिड्यूसिंग. ऑन द कॉन्ट्ररी, इसका बिल्कुल उल्टा कब होगा? व्हेन you are shifting your staff from position 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, and continuously the staff readings are increasing. What that indicates? आपका जो ग्राउंड है धीरे धीरे नीचे जा रहा है. Are you getting? So वो जो 5th नंबर का पॉइंट है, if I want to see the height of that with respect to station position where I kept my dumpy, तो मेरे को क्या पता चलेगा इस केस में? वो पॉइंट नीचे है कंपेयर टू दिस स्टेशन. ठीक है. तो ऐसे आप वर्टिकल डिस्टेंसेस इन बिटवीन द ऑब्जेक्ट एंड द स्टेशन कैन फाइंड आउट इफ यू वांट. ठीक है. दिस ऑपरेशन इज वेरी नाइस, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट, राइट. आपका जो सर्विस लाइन है, ठीक है, या फिर आपके रोड की जो फॉर्मेशन लेवल है, या एम्बैकमेंट आपको कंस्ट्रक्ट करना है, या आपको आपके बिल्डिंग्स के लेवल्स डिसाइड करने हैं, फॉर ऑल दीज ऑपरेशंस लेवलिंग इज मस्ट, राइट. And leveling you can do better way only when the basic of leveling is known to you. ठीक है. इसको कहते हैं foot screws. These are 3 in numbers. This is called focusing screw. This is your diaphragm. This is your eyepiece. This is your longitudinal bubble. There is plate bubble. ठीक है. To this देन क्रॉस बबल, इसको अपन लॉन्जिट्यूडनल बबल जो है ना, उसको प्लेट बबल भी बोलते हैं. देन दिस इज योर क्रॉस बबल, दिस इज योर ऑब्जेक्ट ग्लास, दिस इज ट्राइबैच, दिस इज ट्रिवेट. ठीक है. दिस इज योर ट्राइपॉड ऑन विच यू हैव टू कीप दिस, एंड दिस इज योर लेवलिंग हेड जिसको अपन ट्रिवेट कहते हैं. सो दिस इज पर्टिकुलर अरेंजमेंट, ठीक है, ऑफ दिस डंपी. तो यहाँ सेकेंड फोटोग्राफ जहाँ पे मैं कर्सर है अभी, दिस इज द रियल पिक्चर ऑफ डंपी. तो यहाँ पर कंपोज भी इसके साथ अटैच होता है, सो दैट बोथ द ऑपरेशंस लेवलिंग एज वेल एज लोकेटिंग द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑन हॉरिजॉन्टल प्लेन कैन बी डन साइमल्टेनियसली. तो मैग्नेटिक बेयरिंग आप बेसिकली मेजर करते हैं रेफरेंस टू नॉर्थ direction, and you can position that particular object on the site, on the site and on the sheet as well. ठीक है. ये आपका ऑटो लेवल वाला है, ठीक है, जो कि आज के दिन में हम बहुत ज़्यादा फ्रीक्वेंटली यूज करते हैं. तो या तो आपने ऑटो लेवल यूज किया होगा या फिर डंपी. ठीक है. व्हेन यू डिड द एक्सरसाइज इन 4th सेमेस्टर, सो दिस वी डू एज पार्ट ऑफ अवर प्रैक्टिकल. ठीक है. Now, coming back to the topic, next is axis of telescope. Axis of telescope. Now here, what is axis of telescope? It is an imaginary line that passes through optical center of the object glass and optical center of the eyepiece. So if your operation leveling is done, this axis of telescope coincides with the line of sight or line of collimation. So this is another line that is imaginary line passing through center of the eyepiece and center of object glass. Then next is axis of bubble tube. So it is an imaginary line which is tangential to the longitudinal curve. Wait a minute, there is a call. Sorry for the inconvenience. Now, benchmark BM. This is important. This you have to remember. So these are the fixed points or markings of known RL. So these are basically determined with reference to the datum line, and these are permanent markings which are made, okay, on the prominent structures. Now again, there is sub classification of this benchmark. So these are classified as GTS benchmark, then permanent benchmark, temporary benchmark, and arbitrary benchmark. So now, right now, I'm not going into the details of that classification, but I hope you are aware about the classification: GTS, then permanent, temporary, and arbitrary. Then next term that we use in the survey is BS, backside, then foresight, intermediate site observation. So the first observation that we take on the temporary benchmark or on any object, right, that is called as backside reading. We called it as BS reading as abbreviation, and this is the first observation, and that we have to enter into the level book whenever we have to undertake the operation of leveling on the field. Okay. So there are different ways of leveling which I will try to cover. Say if you are to find out the distance between level difference between A and B, then, and if this distance is say 500 600 meter apart, then what we do is we keep our instrument here and we start the operation from A towards B. A towards B, and we take the observations in between. हाँ बोलो ना. क्यों? अरे एक्चुअली आज का राउंड है ना, थोड़ा लेट भी आया तो चलेगा, कुछ नहीं. अगर पॉसिबल नहीं है तो एप्लीकेशन दे दो. अगर पॉसिबल नहीं है तो ठीक. Oh shit. Now we start taking observation. This is my instrument. This I have to keep in between, and say few points I have to establish, and I have to take observations. So ranging the staff rods, basically I have to keep here to take the observations, and along AB I have to travel. At some point I may require to shift the instrument. So whenever you are changing the instrument from one position to another station position, that point is called as CP. CP means change point, and then you have to continue. Okay, the operation. Just say, for example, in this the last reading of first स्टेशन पोजीशन इज ऑन थर्ड. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पे अगर ऑपरेशन खत्म होता है, देन व्हेन वी स्टार्ट ऑब्जर्वेशंस फ्रॉम पोजीशन 2, देन यू हैव टू टेक रीडिंग, फर्स्ट रीडिंग ऑन दिस थर्ड वेयर यू टर्मिनेटेड योर जॉब. ठीक है, सो दिस पॉइंट 3 becomes CP, and then you have to continue towards B. So this is how the operation is done on the field, and you have to enter the observations in the level book, right? So foresight reading is what? It is the last reading which you are taking from the, which you are taking using the staff, right? So whenever we undertake the operation, and when intermediate observations are taken, we call it as intermediate site readings. Okay, is this okay? Now there are different ways of doing this. Using dumpy or using auto level, we take the observations. There are different methods of leveling also, right? Like simple leveling is there, then fly leveling is there, then longitudinal profile leveling is there, simple, fly, then longitudinal cross-sectional leveling operation is there, right? Then check leveling is also perform. So all these are performed for specific job, right? जैसे एक छोटा सा site है and you just want to know the difference between A and B. The operation undertaken is fly leveling. Now if you have to take the RL from PBM or from permanent marking to the site, if you this is your airport where the permanent benchmark is there and your site is somewhere here in नागपुर से अगर मैं बात कर रहा हूँ, so this is airport and say this is your Jamtha, right? So Jamtha तक अगर मैं लेवल लेके जाना चाहता हूँ for carrying out some operation on a big land 100 acre 150 acre or so, then the operation of fly leveling you have to undertake. जब रोड बनाना है तो longitudinal section या फिर cross sectional leveling operation you have to perform. This is how it is done on the field and this is how you have to take the observations in the field. Hello. दोघा जणांचाच तो फोन आला ते उद्या किंवा परवा येणार आहे मी येतच आहे 5 मिनिटात Yes, so this is how it is done on the field. Longitudinal cross section is done for road construction. ठीक है and there are two methods for carrying out this operation of leveling. One is called height of instrument method. We called it as HI method, and second is rise and fall method. So you know the procedure how to enter the data in this. So this is your BS, IS, FS. Then this is height of instrument. Then this is RL, and this is your remark. So change point या starting point का इसमें observation लेते हैं यहाँ पर फिर वो station रहता है ठीक है this is how we enter then if it is rise and fall then rise and fall will come plus minus if it is above then plus if it is below then minus this is how we take the observations and we do the operation of leveling in the field. So with this the leveling is over. So this much I could cover. Ma'am, is it okay?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. So here I have to stop, right? Because I have to go to the meeting as I told you yesterday. So here
Okay, sir.
I am concluding. Right. So we can have a second session on surveying 2 in the afternoon. Once I confirm the timing, I will convey it to you. Is that okay, ma'am?
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Right.
Thank you so much, sir,
So
for
thank you.
giving your valuable time.
Thank you very much. Right.
Okay, sir.
Great.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.